So many of us, when building our businesses and property portfolios, come up against this number one problem, and that is raising finance, cash, and capital to inject and grow into our businesses. And in this video, I am going to be covering how you can pitch your business in the right way. For those that don't know me, my name's Jamie York, and every Monday and Friday I put in videos around everything business, finance, personal wealth, and property. So if you're interested in that stuff, make sure to hit the like button and of course the subscribe and hit the notification bell. So, number one of pitching your business. So the biggest thing, of course, is creating the perfect elevator pitch. So an elevator pitch originally came about in 1852 thanks to Elisha Otis, who was pitching the idea of an elevator stop to make it all safer for us. So an elevator pitch should be 30 seconds. I'm going to do a separate video on creating the perfect pitch, but for now it's 30 seconds, and you need to cover in those 30 seconds who you are, why you, what you're doing, what outcome, and why somebody should invest in you. Number two is why you and why your experience. So we talk about USPs in business quite a lot, your unique selling point. The problem is people talk about USPs in products and services. There's so many products and services out there right now that I firmly believe that there are no longer USPs in products or services. And so that leaves you. The thing is, there is always somebody out there that is better than you at something, whether you like to admit it or not. But you are the best version of yourself. So show your personality, put yourself forward, and show the potential investor you're pitching to why you are somebody they can invest in. Number three, and this is a really big one, is be realistic. Be realistic, okay? So many people go out there and shout these audacious figures. And when I'm talking about this, I mean be realistic with the amount of money. Nothing shouts inexperience to me when it's easy to see somebody needs 100,000, then they're going, I'd like 25,000. And I don't know whether that's inexperience, not knowing their numbers, or they're too scared to ask for that amount of money. But either way, that is not somebody that I'm going to be investing in, because either it's a lack of experience or a lack of integrity and a pair to actually ask for what they want. And of course, within that, forecasts. One of the worst things people do in business is they overestimate what they can do in a short amount of time and underestimate what they can do in a long amount of time. If you're pitching a 1-year plan, please don't underestimate the amount of planning, strategy, and sharpening the axe that you're going to need to do. And remember, growth is not linear, it's more of a curve. So the more realistic you can be with your growth figures, the more likely somebody's going to take you seriously in your pitch. Number four, and this is definitely one of my favorites, and it's show your resourcefulness. So you are pitching somebody for their resources. That's understood. They understand it. You get it, which means you have a lack of resource, but it doesn't stop you being resourceful. I think what's really insulting as an investor, and when somebody's pitching me, is they stop appreciating the money that's being given to them. It's always easier to spend somebody else's money. And so when somebody's telling me what the money's going to be used for, I want to see that they're being frugal. I want to understand that they are putting some skin in the game. So they're not using my money to open up offices and get swanky desks and glass around it at offices like this. It's actually, they're going to sit there with their laptop, their phone, they're going to hustle, they're going to get the software that they need and be resourceful with the resources that I'm going to allocate to their business. Number five is start low, build high. So many people focus on the skyscrapers and the incredible glass, whereas I tend to appreciate the foundations of a building. That might sound really weird if you're not in property, but what I mean is when a building comes out of the ground, it shoots up, okay? And you're like, wow, where did that go? It's because most of the time, most of the effort goes into the foundations of the building, and it's the same is true within business. You see these businesses pop up overnight, suddenly making $5,000 a month, and they go after about 6 months because they didn't build the infrastructure. They didn't put the time into leadership, training, management, and actually marketing and going out there. So start low, build your foundations, really put effort so you've got a solid strategy and plan, especially with the way the things are right now. And you can put a plan in place now for 2021. And I think the more foundational acumen you put in and the strategy, and as I say, you're sharpening your axe, and you can show that to an investor investor, the more seriously we're going to take you in your business or your property journey. Number 6, and I talk about this one, a big one, and this is the last one you want to write down for sure, is have integrity and be generous. I talk about integrity a lot and people get confused about it. Integrity isn't actually being a good person. I see integrity as being your word. Okay, so if you say you're going to do something, do it. Be as connected to your word as possible so that if you say you're going to do something, somebody takes it as a contract. Okay, so have integrity as much as possible, especially in your pitch. It's very easy for the truth to become a close truth, and that becomes an outright lie eventually when it gets broken down. So just be open, transparent, and have integrity about who you are and where you're at. Okay, there's a lot to be said with this is the first business venture I'm ever doing. Okay, take a risk on me. Okay, I'm sooner going to invest in somebody like that than somebody that's bullshitting, frankly, about where they're at, who they are, and the confidence they've got. You don't need to have bravado. You don't need to puff your chest out in a pitch. Just be yourself and put yourself forward. And when I'm talking about generosity, give more than you need to. So Gary Vaynerchuk talks about this a lot, where if he's having a business partner, I don't know if this is true in real life, but he says he's happy with 49% of the company and letting them have 51%. Because he knows what he can do with 49%. In the same way, if this is your first ever pitch and the going rate in your industry is 10% lending, but you know you can give more, I'd say, look, I really appreciate you investing right now. And I want to say thank you. And as an extra thank you, I'd like to offer 12%, even though you're offering it to me at 10%. I promise you that will go a long way to get continuous investment from the person you're pitching with. Also, you've heard this, we are the average of the 5 people we spend most time with. And so if you're pitching to a millionaire or multimillionaire, 9 times out of 10, they are connected to other millionaires and multimillionaires. And you would be shocked how far a good word goes in this world when words aren't that good at the moment with social media, etc. So take advantage of the relationship, show your generosity, and show how much you appreciate what you're getting. And I think if you can go out there and implement these six steps in your property building, your portfolio building, or your business building activity, you are sure to find the finance. It's just a numbers game after that. So go out there, take action. I'm really interested if you found this valuable, and what I'm really interested in is if you've done a pitch and it's gone horribly, gone really badly, maybe you've got some funny stories, let me know in the comments one of yours, and I will in return leave a comment and leave a little paragraph on the worst pitch I have ever done. So if you've watched this and you've got value, obviously make sure to hit the like button. And of course, if you're interested in finding out more about money management, finance, business building, and property portfolio building, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and of course the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.